Welcome to the Writer's Life, a place we get to sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life. Get that right? And where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button and tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single exciting vid that I produced almost daily, pretty much almost daily. Every now and then I have to skip. So the great pulp writer Harvey Stamborough, you can check out his Substack down below, asked me if I wouldn't mind doing a little something on my experience with advertising and marketing, having been in this, if you want to call it a business, for as long as I have. Harvey's been in it for a while too. So I said, sure, I'll even do a video. So I'm doing a video. This is a touchy subject because, we're writers, and I can't help but feel like, when I market a lot and I advertise a lot, I can't help but feel like I just read a People magazine and I don't know, and looked at something dirty on my phone. You know what I mean? You just don't feel right. You just write your books, and in a perfect world, people would just buy them because they're quality books and they want more of your writing, So, but since the major publishers, and any kind of publisher for that matter, they don't advertise or market for you anymore unless you're Lee fucking Child or, I don't know, any one of those old timers. I think Lee Child's retired, actually. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get any marketing or advertising. So you got to do it yourself. You got to DIY. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. So I guess I'll talk about the advertising first. But let me tell you this, the difference between advertising and marketing, and this, this is not a how-to station. So this really goes for anything, any business. So listen up. If you're own your own business, if you're a freelancer, whatever, this is my experience. So advertising is going to, as opposed to marketing, is going to cost you money. Marketing costs you more like sweat equity. Does that make sense? Okay. So advertising, you got to either pay to have someone advertise on your behalf, which I've done. I spent almost $12,000 back in 1999 on a New York firm, and they didn't do shit. And they were a good firm too. And then again, in like 2008 or something, or 2007, I don't remember. I paid almost the same amount for a local advertiser who actually did better. Because there was a while where I kind of dropped out a little bit. And I was just sort of freelancing journalism and stuff. And I had a couple years where nothing was going on at all. And my wife showed me the door. In a way, who can blame her, right? So, because they got me like a bunch of local TV, local print and stuff like that. And people are like, oh, Vin's back with a new book. So that's, you start with your home base and then you branch out. At least that was the attitude at the time. Now I believe the world is literally your oyster, if you don't mind me using that cliche. But advertising for writers, especially independent writers, pulp writers like myself and Harvey, Dean Wesley Smith, all those guys, we'll go to the advertising platforms, of which the big enchilada is BookBub. We'll do that initially, maybe. So we'll pay like $750 for a BookBub if we're lucky to get one, and here's the problem. Here's the rub. You can do really well with it, but you're probably not going to make all your money back. You might break even. You might even make a couple of bucks, but whatever. The next big one is, like, for me anyway, is written word media, bargain Booksy or free Booksy. They're about $65, and you never really make your money back. But I like them because they're affordable. It's, relatively affordable, and the effects of them last for a little bit. Last for a few days anyway. There's a ton of other advertising platforms like that that I think suck. They're just a waste of time. Okay, so your next choice is to buy ads on Amazon or Facebook or BookBub. BookBub sucks. Facebook ads, I can't figure out for the life of me. I find it a complicated platform, and it just makes my head want to explode. Amazon ads are easy to figure out, and they're easy to employ. And you can, if you do what they call an automatic ad. I'm not going to get into the details of how to do it. You can figure it out. Just go to YouTube and figure it out. You can set it up in seconds. But here's the rub with this. Amazon ads, like, they work for some people, especially those people like Mark Dawson. He's like a famous independent author in England, and he says he loves spreadsheets. Like, so he'll set out a spreadsheet and look at what keywords he's used and what works and what doesn't work and what works and what isn't working and what isn't bringing in the right ROI. And, like, oh my God, that's not for me. So, but I do a certain amount of Amazon advertising every month. Not a lot. For a while, I hired a guy to do the Amazon ads for me. And my sales were coming in, like, I was making like $2,000 a month because he was doing them for me, and they were effective. But guess how much it was costing me per month? About $2,000. So for like 6 months, I didn't make a dime. I made money, but it all went to him. And then on top of it, I had to pay taxes on that money. So don't do that either. All right, so that's kind of the advertising end of things. I think the more important thing to do is marketing. I was all over the place with marketing. I would be lazy about it mostly, and I would go on Facebook, and I still do this to an extent, probably more than I should. And I'd be like, buy my new book, basically, like, and I have new books like every month, right? And it makes me feel like, when I do that, too much. And I know I'm doing it too much when people stop liking what I'm pushing, especially on Instagram and Facebook, which are interrelated. They are of the same company. Zuckerberg owns both. Basically, what you're doing then is you're becoming your own influencer. And it just gives me a dirty feeling sometimes, and I start feeling like the present politicians in Washington who don't mind breaking laws or going down on the knees for somebody just so they can get some extra votes. I mean, you see what's happening. Everybody knows it. So yeah, I feel like a disgusting politician who's got like a place in hell set for himself, already being prepared, because that's where they're going. Anyway, how do I get on that? But you can. So the past couple, about a year and a half ago, or maybe it was during COVID, I decided I'm gonna like get my marketing act together. I'm gonna start a Substack page. I'm gonna continue to work on my subscriber list, which is about 8,000 right now. I go through BookFunnel, but I might be investigating some other places soon, because I find that a lot of BookFunnel subscribers just want freebies and or 99-cent books. So I don't know. Anyway, again, you got to research your own stuff. I was going to start a YouTube channel, which I did 2 years ago, almost to the day, and try to put out a vid almost every day, if not every day. And I was going to up my writing speed to pulp speed, as Dean Wesley Smith would say, right, Harvey? And thus far, so okay, well, first of all, I created like what I call a 5-year marketing plan, and I'm 2 years into it and counting. And by the end of it, I want to have like 150 books, something like that, maybe 200. And I want to have, like maybe 16,000 subscribers, and I want to have like a ton more people on my Substack, and I want this YouTube channel to be like 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers. And I'm getting there. I mean, slowly but surely. This isn't like an overnight success thing by any means, not even close. You got to have a plan. So marketing, you got to have a plan. Advertising, you got to have money. And there's a lot of different things you can do, but make a plan, stick to a few things that are doable, and just go with it. And I remember when I started my YouTube channel, like one woman in particular was like, "Oh, it's never going to work, and you're just hurting yourself, and this, that, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck off." And then she started stalking me. It was strange. It was weird. I had to call the police. Anyway, she's out of my life, thank God. So all this works for me, and I feel like by doing a Substack letter every day and by doing a YouTube video every day, I'm like giving back. I'm giving something to everyone that's free, that's fun. I mean, my videos are stupid, let's face it, but I think that's kind of cool because if I can make somebody grin, maybe they'll buy me books, maybe they won't, maybe they will. But what all this comes down to, in conclusion, what's your best advertising/marketing tool? It's your next book. And again, that's become like a cliche, but it's just the truth. This is especially true if you're exclusive to Amazon, because if you publish regularly with them once or twice a month, their algorithm's going to pick up on that and they're going to push you more. I ain't joking, neither. So, more books, more money. And I think I said this the other day when I did a related video. Like real estate agents say, you're always supposed to be closing. Well, as writers, we should always be publishing. And there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Like I also say, like if you're a bricklayer, you don't just like work on a building on Monday and then on Tuesday be like, well, I kind of don't feel like it today. And then on Wednesday, I'm not feeling it today either. And then you show up to work on Thursday and, oh, okay, yeah, you can work today. No, you'd be fired. So whether you like it or not, this is the life you have chosen. To quote Godfather 2. Godfather 3 sucked, didn't it? What was with that plot line with her banging her cousin? Like, they lost me right there. Man, my father would have beat the crap out of me. For good reason. Anyway, so that's kind of like my take on advertising and marketing. And, you can read my product description. No, you can read the words I added to this below, if that helps a little. And anybody, feel free to. This will be on my both Harvey's Substack and my Substack tomorrow. So if you have any more questions about it, you can just DM me or whatever, and I'll be happy to answer. I'll be happy to satisfy your queries. All right, so I'm just chiming in. Wayne, if you have income from sales offset by an expense from a marketing guy, why would you pay taxes on anything? Well, they look at your W-2 and they, but yeah, I mean, for sure, the marketing guy, it's a write-off, Wayne, for sure. But like my accountant doesn't itemize my stuff. It's just like, okay, you know, I save receipts for everything, no question about it. And I need a certain amount of write-offs, but they're going to look at my W-2 and just, if it's $25,000 for like Amazon alone, they're going to be like, okay, this comes off, you know, maybe, because what you hope for is, we're creating intellectual property, right? But what you hope for is that the same rules apply as to like real property, say in New York City or something like that. And what you hope for at the end of the year is that you could declare a loss. This is what a lot of billionaires and politicians or whatever, that's what they do. They hire accountants that will manage to put together all your expenses, and hopefully they're a little bit more than what you made. And therefore you can declare a loss, and you can carry that loss over year after year. So I don't know if that answers your question, Wayne, but it's a good one. All right, so that's it, Harvey. I hope this satisfies your audience somewhat. And you feel free to contact me, VA Zandri at, no, let's do this instead. Just go to vinzandri.com, vinzandri.com. Go below for Harvey's Substack, and a whole bunch of information that you'll find very interesting. All right. I hope to talk to you guys tomorrow, God willing.